Dear fans, friends, and subscribers. This is your host Ram on your cricket show, Cricket Happenings on a Sunday. Welcoming you all to the show of mine. It's three test match summaries. We'll talk about the Australian victory over Pakistan by an innings and 5 runs, and India. I have to say that the winning riot, as we call run riot sometimes, it's a winning riot, is really continuing for India in the ICC Test World Championships as they went on to play their first ever day-night test match. And in the day-night test match, it was the shortest ever victory that India has ever got at home, where they defeated the Bangladesh team by an innings and 46 runs in the first ever day-night test match. And what a great start. The first ever day-night test match that India is playing. They've got a win. And not only that, they are just showing to the world this Indian team is really a pack of great players there. Yes, I am Shakib Al Hassan and Tamim Iqbal, but I have to say the way Indians have been steamrolling teams in the series is a seventh consecutive win in the Test series. It's a sort of a great streak that they're enjoying currently. And it also brings an end to the home tests this season, I reckon. Right. And laying in balance, we are going into the final day, under the hammer, no doubt about it, as they are 3 down for 63. And what a performance from New Zealand. And probably one would have never even expected a massive total of 650 double century. And then Mitchell Santner surprising one and all with his performance as he stroked his maiden century, 126. What the initial stages, but came back firing, absolutely firing, and he went on to make 126. And not only that, he picked up 3 wickets at the end of the day to leave this England innings absolutely dangling on a rope here at 63 for 3. I will have to get to the score, but 3 wickets were down. All the wickets going to Mitchell Santner, the left arm spinning all-rounder. What a day for Mitchell Santner. Well, so let's get to business here. So as I said, now I'll be talking about all the 3 matches. We first head out toward the India versus Bangladesh, a day-night test match that ended at Eden Gardens in Kolkata, with India winning the first ever day-night test match, which happened in India by an innings and 46 runs. Only the tail enders assisted by making a very strokeful 74 with 13 boundaries, but he had 11. Abadat for naught. Al-Hameen Hussain was out for 20. He just crashed 20 deliveries and 195 all out. And looking at the bowling, Ishan Sharma could not get his fifer. The fifer going to Umesh Yadav, who picked up 5 wickets for 53 runs, and Shami was not in the wickets column at all. Ishan Sharma was, even though he could not get the fifer, beginning for India as far as day-night test cricket is concerned. I'm not going to go any further here. So this was the outcome. India winning the day-night. Let's have a look at the cricket ground. Resumed at their overnight score with they had their 3 or 4 wickets down. Is someone who's destined for greatness as far as Pakistan is concerned, and he really shows an absolute sighter, no doubt about it, as Babar Azam really climbed on to the Aussie bowling, and Shan Masood was the first to go. Let's have a look at the scorecard here. As I said, Babar Azam went on to make a century and it really took a quicker delivery from Nathan Lyon, the right-arm off spinner, to see the back of Babar Azam. Babar Azam is out for 105. This is his second century in Test cricket. So definitely Babar Azam, what a knock! I mean, it was a sort of a great feeling to see. I mean, it was really a sort of a wonderful. One felt very good to watch this innings of Babar Azam. It was really poetry in motion, as those classical off drives and the cover drives were really there in full measure, as he really entertained with some beautiful strokes. As Babar Azam has gone for 40. Shan Masood was gone for. I'm just trying to get onto the scoreboard here and subscribers. Shan Masood was gone for 42, I reckon. And we'll have a look at the second innings of the Pakistan card there. Babar Azam, as I said, was simply brilliant. Brilliant batting from Babar Azam. And then they lost one quick wicket when the next one to come to bat left them, and Iftikhar Ahmed pushed at it, Payne behind the wickets, grabbing it. It's also Iftikhar Ahmed was dismissed for a knock. Hazelwood was the bowler, and after that, Mohammad Rizwan walked in at 220 stand with them. But Mohammad Rizwan, I thought, really did a good job. He gave good company to Babar Azam. Mohammad Rizwan is someone who likes to play. Is a good player, no doubt about it. Babar Azam, Mohammad Rizwan went on to repair the damage from 94. Hazelwood came back into his spell. Babar Azam was there, but as a chance for Pakistan. But the other end, Mohammad Rizwan was playing some one. They were coming close to it, and Mohammad Rizwan fell a victim as he was approaching his century. He got tempted in a short delivery ball by Hazelwood outside the off stump. Mohammad Rizwan attempting the cut shot, like an uppercut, one could say. The ball ended in the hands of Nathan Lyon at third man, as Rizwan was gone 95 with 10 boundaries, and then Yasir Shah was there at the crease. And Yasir Shah alone definitely wouldn't be able to do much. As Yasir Shah, and after that it was quick work. Hazelwood went on to knock off Yasir Shah for 42. Shaheen Shah Afridi went for 10 with 2 boundaries. And Imran Khan was snapped up by way of the bowling of Stark for 5. It was all over. Naseem Shah was not out and not. It was the end of the match on the 4th day itself, with the Pakistanis bowled out for 335, losing by 3, 1 for Nathan Lyon, and Manas Labuschagne for his brilliant knock was definitely everyone's man of the match. So that is as far as Australia's win over Pakistan was concerned. Now, a lot of things we just see that there are a bit of cracks on the pitch. Mitchell Santon has been explored, saying that England definitely still have a chance, that they still have some good batting to still come. If they can actually eke out a draw, they might be quite lucky. But let's have a look at what happened yesterday. So we'll have to have a look at the New Zealand innings. As currently England were 55 for 3 at stumps, with trailing by 207 runs with 7 wickets. I mean, going into the final day today, it should be an exciting affair today. And New Zealand would be hoping that they could actually win this test match on the final day at Mount Bannon. And what a start it would be from Mount Ganui Oval in New Zealand, which was actually hosting a maiden test match in international cricket. So let's have a look at the New Zealand innings. The New Zealand innings, as I said, it revolved around 2 people yesterday. One was B. Watling going on to pick up his maiden double. What a servant he has been for New Zealand cricket. He went on to score. He has become the first ever New Zealand wicketkeeper to go and make a maiden double test. And even Brendan McCullum, probably Brendan McCullum's total, I reckon, in BJ Watling, first New Zealand wicketkeeper to score a double century. The England bowlers were totally driven into frustration as BJ Watling was along with Mitchell Santner. Mitchell Santner was really playing the way BJ Watling was playing. As you know, BJ Watling is someone who likes the occupation of the crease, and Mitchell Santner was also doing the same, and both actually were really playing at snail's pace, one could say. And but Mitchell Santner, after reaching his 50, decided to open up, hoisting the spinner Leach for three consecutive sixes into the spectators. And he really gathered pace after that, because he got his next 50 of a lesser number of deliveries than the first 50 that he got. He went on to his maiden century in Test cricket, and they were, as you remember, Colin D. Grantham, when he left the other day, the score was 316, and this partnership was a sort of a colossal partnership. It added, just to come to that, that was also a particular record, which was a 262-run partnership between these two, BJ Watling. And as I said, the England bowlers were driven to absolute frustration as BJ Watling. BJ Watling made 205 with 24 fours and 1 6. Take a bow, BJ Watling. Mitchell Santner, really a surprise packet there with his 126 with 11 fours and 5 sixes. Saudi was out for 9. Wagner was not out on 11 as the skipper, Kane Williamson, applied the declaration at 615 for 9, taking a huge lead in this innings. It was, in my reckoning, it was 260 odd was the lead that New Zealand carried. Now, and I'm also told that since it was back in 1973 that New Zealand had their highest ever total against England, but today that record was also ground to dust after a long time, as in New Zealand reached their highest ever total in Test matches against England with 615 for 9 declared. The wicket takers brought at none for 64. Jofra Archer 1 for 107. He got the wicket of BJ Watling after striving hard. 3 for 119 for Sam Curran. 2 for 153 for Mark Leach. 2 for 74 for Ben Stokes. And 1 for Joe Root. England were given, they had to play in the final session, and let's see what happened. So it was a really sort of a tough ordeal for England. There's no doubt about it. As Rory Burns and they opened the innings. Well, they had a lot of a very quiet start as they slowly took the score on to 48 before the first wicket fell. It was Mitchell Santner, the pace bowlers, only could probably block the runs, but they could not get amongst the wickets. But it was Santner who provided them the breakthrough as the ball, there was a bit of a turn as Sibley tried to push at the delivery. There was a thin edge. Watling was into business right away as this is the same pair that frustrated the Englishman getting into the act as Dom Sibley was gone, caught Watling, bowled Santner for 12 with 1 boundary. And that was 48 for 1 at that stage. And Joe Denley came out. Joe Denley came out to join Rory Burns. And Rory Burns looked good on 31 with 4 boundaries before Santner had his wicket as well. As Rory Burns, the ball was tossed up by Mitchell Santner. Burns was actually, definitely attempting a premeditated sweep. And Santner, I thought, bowled the ball very smartly outside the off stump. And the ball went straight up in the air, and Grantham held the catch. And that was England at 53 for 2. And now Denley was joined in by the night watchman, Mike Leach. And Mike Leach had, one probably would question the fact that Joe Denley, who was at the crease at that particular time, one understands when a night watchman is sent, the recognized batsman has to shield the night watchman. But here, what we saw here was Joe Denley in the penultimate over before close of play. He decided to play just one delivery and leave the other five balls to Leach to face. And that was not something, especially considering that they had only 2 overs before close of play. According to me, that was not really done. Nevertheless, Leach actually survived the final five deliveries of that over, and then it was Santner who was bowling the final over before close of play for the day. And in that stage, we saw Leach be a victim. As Now, this was very interesting. It was the fourth ball of the. In fact, it was the same thing. And I think in the final over of the day, Denley had actually taken a single of the very first ball, leaving Leach to play the remaining five deliveries. And this is what happened. Leach was facing Santner. The ball was outside the off stump. Leach pushed at it, and the ball was in the air. Latham actually grabbing the catch at forward short leg, and it looked like Leach one probably thought that whether there was any contact when the ball actually turned and whether it hit the bat. There was a bit of a doubt. But Leach definitely didn't think so, as he definitely did not think of reviewing. The umpire had already raised his finger, and he kept on walking. But later on, when one had a look at it, it looked like probably there was a bit. Probably there was a look like there was a bit of glove in it, and then struck the span. One does not know. But when Hotspot and RTS were checked out, it looked like there was no bat on it at all. Whether it hit the glove, one does not really know. But the case may be, Leach deciding not to review it, and the England were left in dire straits at 55 for 3 at the end of the day. As I said, it's going into the final day. It could be an exciting day in offer, no doubt about it. 207 runs to get for the England to get into the lead and make New Zealand bat again. And as I said, on the final day, anything could happen. There'll be a lot of cracks on the pitch, and I'm sure that Mitchell Santner, the left-arm spinner, is going to be the absolute nemesis for England today. If they could get over Santner, I think they would have probably one would also see Kane Williamson in action today. I wouldn't be surprised if the New Zealand skipper decides to come on to bowl with his very, very innocuous Aussies that he does. The bowling, if you look at it, Saudi 4 overs, none for 18. Trent bowled 5 overs, 4 minutes, none for 2. Grandome 4 overs, 1 minute, none for 8. But Mitchell Santner, look at his bowling figures, and what a day for Mitchell Santner at Mount Manganese on the 4th day. 8.4 overs, 4 maidens, 6 runs and 3 wickets. Neil Wagner 6 overs, 1 minute, none for 16. So that was the match situation at the Mount Ganguly Oval on the 4th day of the first Test match. England definitely have to get out of jail today. Whether they would be able to will be known today. But I think, as I said, an exciting day on offer on the final day, where New Zealand definitely holding the upper hand. Well, dear friends and subscribers, it's about time for me to end the cricket show by definitely bidding you all a very goodbye this on a Sunday. And see you all tomorrow, hopefully. One has to wait and watch as to when can I actually come back. And hopefully I'll be able to connect to you tomorrow, talking to you about the outcome of the New Zealand-England final day at the Mount Ganguly Oval on the first Test. Until then, it's goodbye.